Oh hey, the one and only Dusty Bottoms, founder of Kingdom Trucking Academy. In today's video, we're going to be discussing egos with tow truck companies. So let's get started. I've been in trucking now for 20 plus years. I've been driving the big boy shit for a while. Around 3 years ago, I started Phillips Consulting, where I provide expert testimony in commercial vehicle and trucking industry related cases. I've been recognized as an expert in commercial motor vehicles in the United States. Along with that, I review trucking companies, safety guidelines, and DOT compliance. Oh hey, the one and only Dusty Bottoms, founder of Kingdom Trucking Academy and the creator of the Kingdom Driver Training Program. The Kingdom Driver Training Program is the curriculum we use at Kingdom Trucking Academy. We have maintained a 100% passing rate using the Kingdom Driver Training Program. The Kingdom Driver Training Program is a complete set of 9 comprehensive videos. You can purchase all 9 videos at kingdomtruckingacademy.com. Each video is designed for the requirements needed to pass your CDL exam. So follow me as I guide you through each stage of your CDL exam. You can purchase each video at kingdomtruckingacademy.com for $49.99 or the complete set for $299.99. That's a great price. These videos are some of the most comprehensive videos today on the market. Our curriculum is trademarked for a reason, because Kingdom Trucking Academy is the standard. Everyone else is just second place. So go to kingdomtruckingacademy.com to get your videos today. Roll on, truckers, roll on. Through Kingdom Trucking Academy, we also provide courses for safety as well as DOT compliances for trucking companies and any company that also has commercial motor vehicles. Through all of this, the one thing that stands out to me the most are the egos with tow truck companies. The tow truck industry is a very unsafe industry. According to the NIOSH, 43 fatalities annually out of 100,000 full-time employees. That is a terrible number. This is much higher than most industries. This industry is so unsafe, it's one of the reasons all 50 states have some form of move-over laws. But here's the crazy part about this industry. It is one of the most unregulated industries in the entire country. This is where the tow truck loopholes come into play. As tow trucks typically fall under the FMCSA, they also are regulated by OSHA. Here's the problem with that. Most tow trucks fall under 26,001 pounds. It means they're weighted for under 26,001 pounds, which means most tow truck drivers do not have a commercial driver's license. They have the standard Class D license, which almost every driver on the road possesses. They do not have a commercial driver's license, which would make them fall under DOT regulations. Also, most tow truck drivers operate locally, which means they typically don't go past the 150-mile radius, so they do not require a 10-hour reset. As I've discussed earlier, not having the 10-hour reset makes you unsafe on the road. That means if you're working close to 24 hours, 20 hours, 18 hours, whatever it is, you're not getting the proper rest to make you safe on the road. Because of all this, the FMCSA's SAFER website will not have an accurate assessment of the safety standards and most of the standards for an individual tow truck company if they're operating just locally. It means they're not going past state lines. They most likely are not operating any big rigs. They most likely aren't operating any heavy-duty tow trucks. And if they are operating a heavy-duty tow truck, it's typically only 1 or 2, which means they only have a couple drivers on hand that have commercial driver's license and will also fall under the DOT regulations. Here's where the egos come into play, and this is what drives me bananas. Most tow truck companies aren't safe. They provide their employees little safety training. Many of these tow truck companies I have found will spend about 5 to 10 days training a new employee. That's not very many days before you send them out there on their own. Now, If this new employee comes to you and they actually have years of tow truck experience, 5 to 10 days to assess them, I still wouldn't feel comfortable with. I'd at least want a 30-day probationary period where you're assessing them. But I understand that if they have vast years of experience. However, if it's a new employee, which I have found many tow truck companies do, they'll turn over a new employee within 5 to 10 days on their own. That's absolutely bananas. Bananas. Have you ever heard the expression, the blind leading the blind? Well, that's what this is. Many tow truck companies and their owners have this archaic mindset of, hurry up, get it done, they'll figure it out. Which means when it comes to safety, they're showing them the bare minimum. Most likely, they're spending most of their time on proper hooking techniques for towing what is called in the industry casualty for the car or vehicle that is being towed. And while I understand the necessity to show a proper hooking techniques, because that is most of your business, I do disagree with the lack of safety training and its importance. Again, I go back to the NIOSH stating that around 43 people die a year out of 100,000 employees. It might seem like a small number, but again, in most industries, that is ridiculously high. This is why I think safety should be a number one priority with any profession. But when it comes to training employees, most tow truck companies are not spending adequate time training on pre-trip inspections, which leads to less maintenance problems, which also lead to safer driving conditions. Because again, as I've stated in many videos, not doing a proper pre-trip means you're not inspecting the functionality and mechanical safeness of your vehicle. So, simple little things that can be fixed before you leave the yard now can become a catastrophe if unchecked, thus creating more safety issues. I know it might seem small and trivial, but again, these can lead to giant things. While most tow truck companies, again, as I've stated, are showing proper hooking techniques, most are not showing things to be safe on, like the danger zone, the safety zone. What can actually kill me? What can hurt me? What is the area that I need to protect myself when hooking up this vehicle and towing this vehicle? What are all the dangers that are around me? What are the dangers not only for me, but if the customer is also present, what are the dangers for the customer? What's even crazier is a lot of tow truck companies I have found to speed up the process and expedite the tow, they'll actually have the customers help them. While this might somehow seem logical to a dummy, well, this is a terrible idea. It creates liability for your company. I don't care if it speeds up the process. That person, that customer, they're not insured. They don't have the protection that your company has. They don't fall under your company's protection. So if they get hurt, if they die, now the owner of the company and the company itself is liable, not the employee that made the poor decision. No, it's in fact the tow truck company and its owners that are liable. And as they should be, because again, everything falls back on the company and its owners and its management. Are you providing proper safety training? Are you ensuring that every one of your employees is doing what they can, making the right decisions, and always being safe? If, in fact, you're not and you're having bad employees and employees do poor decisions like this, that means you fundamentally have some issues that you need to work on to make you, yourself, your company, and all of its employees much safer, not only for your business, but for the world. So what prevents you from doing this? Well, it's your ego. Your ego is telling you, it's good enough. Nothing's happened right now. Why do we need to worry about it? The absolutely worst 3 words any business owner or company manager can say as it relates to a company is, it's good enough. We can always strive to be better. Anyone that strives to be great will never say it's good enough. No, you continue to evolve. You continue to grow. It's never not good enough. You always want to be better. If Jeff Bezos said, it's good enough. If Elon Musk said, it's good enough, we would not have rockets. We would not have Amazon the way we have Amazon today. Now, most companies in the United States are still regulated by OSHA requirements. But again, this is a government entity. It's a very small entity. It does not lack the employees to go investigate every company that's out there. No, they don't have the resources. They don't have the funds for that. No, what typically happens is OSHA will only come in and inspect your company if there is some kind of complaint. Well, Most tow truck companies' employees aren't complaining, aren't doing anything like that, so they're going under the radar, which means the only time they're going to get on the radar of OSHA is when something bad happens. The tow truck industry is notoriously shady. That's why most states have some kind of predatory laws in place. But these laws that are in place are not in fact for safety guidelines and the safety of others. They are more in regards to excessive fees, predatory towing practices, illegal towing, illegal storage, all of these things. Again, as I said, there are some tow truck companies that are reputable, but a vast majority of these tow truck companies are not reliable, are not reputable. They are not good people. And why such a lack of regulation in this industry? Well, tow truck companies are the benefactor of one of the largest lobbying groups in the nation, the insurance industry. Why? Because the insurance industry is the one that funds most tow truck companies. Most tow truck companies have contracts with an insurance company, whether it be State Farm, a Prudential, a Geico. Why? Because most insurance coverages have some form of towing because, again, for breakdowns, things like that. Most people want to be safe. They want to be prepared for the unpredictable. So it does not benefit these insurance companies if the drivers now have to have commercial driver's license, now are more regulated, because what in fact happens is the tow truck companies themselves raise their prices. Well, when they raise their prices, that cuts down on profits for insurance companies. So it benefits the insurance companies for this industry not to be as regulated. And as we all know, Congress isn't necessarily the most upstanding. Money comes from many places. Lobbyists do their job in Washington. So who pays for that? Well, again, the American people. We pay for the cost of risking our lives, endangering us because of this deregulation or lack of regulation. But not everything in the tow truck industry is all bad. There are a few organizations that make safety and training a priority. You have the TRAA, which is a nonprofit organization. Their main points of interest, aside from looking out for the tow truck driver and the legalities, they want to ensure that there are proper safety guidelines and proper safety training in this industry. So if the tow truck driver is being safe, that is making sure that that number of fatalities each year is going down, not up. This is an unattractive trade if somebody's trying to get in the industry. Why go into an industry that's so unsafe? That is not typically a high-paying industry either. You need to attract people into this industry so it can grow. Well, the only way to do that is to make sure it's safe and make sure wages go up. You also have RecMaster. RecMaster is one of the leading organizations in this country that is making sure tow truck drivers remain safe. They offer many safety courses, many safety videos. They continually offer what is called continuous education training in regards to safety. A lot of tow truck companies in this country make sure they have RecMaster certification. In order to get these certifications, in order to get all of these safety videos, you have to be willing to invest in safety. You can't be one of these tow truck companies that uses some copy of a copy on a VHS tape from the early 90s. Yeah, you might be using RecMaster videos from 1995, but is that really putting in an effort? No, that's doing the bare minimum and thinking it's good enough. Again, good enough is the downfall of anyone. You never heard Muhammad Ali say it's good enough. You never heard Michael Jordan say it's good enough. No. They did everything they could to be better. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, give us a like and subscribe. I'm Dusty Bottoms. Roll on, truckers. Roll on.